Hello everyone, and welcome to this component overview for Dark Souls the board game's Legendary Treasure Cards. These are the treasure cards that you add 5 of after you beat the mini-boss to the general treasure deck. That's simply it. There's 10 of them total, and for a quick opinion overview, I've got to say, like these a lot better than the base treasure deck, but they're all weapons, which I find a little odd. I think the symbol implies that they're supposed to be all weapons, but the name of them really doesn't. That's just a little bit of nitpicking there. But honestly, a lot of these are very thematic are like very key weapons throughout the series that will bring in some nostalgia or be like, hey, I remember that. That was awesome. And a lot of them are designed appropriately to that. Most of them do have very high stat requirements, but if you meet them, they'll be definite boons in your game. Let's get to looking at these in detail now.
So first off, we have the Dragon Tooth, which is a big giant club. Last I remember was wielded by Havel the Rock, a big giant armor character that you find in a tower and is just kind of scary. More in the sense of, oh god, he's coming at me. But, onto the card. It's a Reach 1 two-handed weapon and that has a very high strength requirement with a 25 faith. I don't know why the faith is there, but it kind of makes sense if you get into the lore of this weapon, or the lore of the character. It is probably one of the highest stamina using weapons with a 4 for a blue die and 2 oranges, or 6 for the same, but hit everything in the node. Keep in mind, it's reach 1, so that means you can hit 3 things. And then, the stamina use is so high, the third ability on it is just gain 2 stamina. It also is a defensive weapon in the sense that it has a black physical and a blue magical, as well as 1 upgrade slot. Next up, we have, honestly, one of the best early game weapons in the original Dark Souls, the Greatsword. Funny enough, this is a dragon's tail. It is a single-handed weapon with a with a mid-range strength requirement, well, above that, and a 17 dex and intellect. Not the kind of stats you would see required for the video game version, which was a low stat, but it didn't scale with anything. Neither does this. No upgrade. Also, no defensive. But that's not the point. So, for a 2 stamina, and you get 2 blue dice. For 4, you get 2 orange. And if you want to, this part confuses me a bit, compared to the video game version. But for 4, you can keep the 2 blue dice of the 2 and make it a range 3. Interesting use. The, Sainter's Spear, I'm probably saying that wrong, but whatever. Two-handed weapon with a strength 20 and dex 30 requirement. This one has for a single stamina, 2 blue plus 1, can't use it 0, only one of those, with an extra reach, so like most spears. And then for 3, you can move first by 1, 2 blue, hit everything in the node, or for 4, cancel that move 1, 3 blue to everything in the node. Again, these still only have a reach of 1, so you can only hit 2 things with this. Because even then, even if you move into a node of 3, this will shove something out before you do the attack. 1 upgrade slot as well. The Dark Sword is a strength and dex 30, really high requirements, with a 0 for 1 blue, 2 for 2 blue, and 5 for 1 movement beforehand and 2 orange. 2 upgrade slots available. The Moonlight Greatsword. If they didn't include this in the game, I think they should lose the license. But they did. For those that don't know, the Moonlight Greatsword is basically the Easter egg weapon or item in most of FromSoft's games since it was ever first included, all the way back into, I think, Kingsfield? Not too sure about that. But they've even put it in some of the Armored Core games, or some equivalent. Regardless, it's a Strength 22, Dex 21, Dex 21, Int 31, two-hander, with for 0 being able to do 1 black and 1 blue magic, for 3 making that 3 blue still magic, and for 4, unlike with the Drake's Sword, this definitely makes sense. 3 blue, magic, and a 3 range. It also offers 1 black physical for defense and 2 armor upgrades. The Fume Ultra Greatsword is a 1 reach, requires a strength 37, that's really high, a dexterity 33 for a 2-handed weapon, and it has for 2, you can get a blue and an orange die. For 5, that I don't think that's worth the 1 extra blue die. Or for 4, you can hit everything in the node. And again, range 1 means you can hit 3 things. It offers a blue physical defense, a black magical defense, and 2 armor upgrades, or 2 upgrade slots. The Avalon. When this thing was introduced, this was a nightmare in PvP to get targeted by. Somebody who managed to get 2, which there were ways to do, just scary. Because this was a crossbow that would shoot blatantly 3 shots every time. But not the point. It is a range 3, I should say, 2-handed weapon with a 30 dexterity and a 23 intellect requirement. For 1, you can use a hit with 1 blue die, or 4 with 1 orange. Now, neither of these can be at a 0 range, and each of these 4, you can do repeat. I can't remember if repeats are you may spend that over and over again and just do it that many times, or you spend 1 for each. I think it's spend over and over again. It's got 1 upgrade and also a dodge. The Gothard's Twin Swords is a 2-handed. It's in the style of the old dual wieldings, or the new dual wieldings from Dark Souls 3, where dual wielding was 1 item. 25 strength requirement, 23 dex. For 1, 2 black, repeat, 2 repeat. For 4, 2 blue, and 2 repeat. I like that. And 3, 2 blue, and a 1 reach. Also like that. A black physical and magical defense die, and an upgrade. The Washing Pole, aka standard katana, is a really long katana. 2 range, 2-hander with dex 37, faith 21. For 0, none of these can be at 0 range, by the way. For 0, 2 black. For 2, 2 blue. And for 4, 2 blue and a bleed. Also has 1 dodge and 2 upgrade slots. The 1 dodge makes sense. Then last, we have the Sunlight Greatsword with a 15 dex and strength requirement and a 30 faith for a 1-handed weapon. It is a 0 for 1 black and 1 blue. A 3 for 2 blue. Or a 0 again for 1 black defense, physical, and magical for the party until the enemy's next activation, or during the enemy's next activation. That can be really nice in solo play, but at that point in time you're just getting to a stall likely. And this has 1 upgrade slot.
Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope this was helpful. If it was, feel free to press that like button. If it wasn't, go ahead and press that dislike button, but try to leave a constructive comment. Also, try to comment in general. And if you know anybody else who might like this, or it could be helpful to, feel free to share it. And if you want to see more like this, be it component overview videos for Dark Souls or other upcoming board games, or my Let's Plays, reviews, painting videos, or unboxings, feel free to subscribe. Regardless, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.